So I'm sure y'all seen by now Dean Withers up on this internet crying like a little baby.
Proven that they're completely fake.
Right? You're a victim because you're on the receiving end. Yeah, keep running from the truth.
Why would you do this, Dave?
Listen, we can debate Trump right now if you
why,
want to.
Just why would you do that? Why would you say that shit, bro?
Listen, just listen. Just go hit your anxiety pen and we can
Why
debate
would you
Trump.
say that?
So you're getting...
They're trying their best, guys. They're trying their best, bro. They're really trying their best. Fuck. Fuck, dude. God, man.
Now, although I'm not a part of the manosphere or the MGTOW movement, and I don't go running around talking about how the left's full of low-T men all the time, I really do wonder to myself, how is it the left, Democrats, socialists, communists expect to ever regain a majority of the male constituency in America and the world, for that matter, when all of their loudest representatives, their biggest mouthpieces on their side, are men that would never inspire another man to be like them. I mean, whether we're talking about Withers crying on the internet or the over-emotional outbursts that we see from people like Hasanabi, these are men incapable of controlling their own emotions. The actual meaning, the actual signifier of toxic masculinity. 10 years of accusations against Trump of all sorts of things that they can't even prove, but still found him guilty of, things like, the sexual assault case in which there was no evidence and the woman couldn't even remember the year that this detrimental sexual assault supposedly took place, but they still found him liable. They still are taxing his ass for it, telling him he got to give all this money to this lady that actually can't prove anything ever happened. You ever see Trump cry about it? He said, Trump, bring it on. I'm going to talk some shit while we fight. But you see Dean over here get accused by some random dude on the internet that he's talking to during a podcast. And this young man, if we can even call him that, has a full breakdown live on camera for the world to see, crying like a 4-year-old that got a toy taken away. That is exactly the type of person that is actually dangerous to women and the world at large should enough aggregate together. These are the dudes that will react emotionally to anything and everything, ultimately making poor decisions. That is toxic masculinity. The man, the 6'2", 245-pound dude that is calm and goes about his life in a stoic manner, that can control his emotions and think before he reacts, that's the right. And those are the men that build and maintain societies, not these low-T, baby-faced little, I got a lot of shit I want to talk, but I probably shouldn't say all that. These little boys on the internet crying. These little boys that ain't never worked a real job, ain't never been in no dangerous situations, and probably barely leave their house unless they got security next to them. This little boy talking about, oh, I got doxxed and I'm getting all sorts of threats. He himself has doxxed people. During a live, someone made him mad, so he doxxed him. He said he gonna call CPS on this man, try to get his kids taken away. The filthiest shit imaginable. But then this little bitch motherfucker gonna be on the internet crying because somebody called him out on an accusation. I'm not saying the accusation is true. I don't know. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is the reaction. The little pussy bitch reaction from this dude. He thinks he's some sort of thought leader. He ain't nothing but a fucking coward con artist on the internet trying to make his bread. And if you don't believe me, why don't you go look up and see how he tried to start his internet career, because it wasn't on no feminist shit. It wasn't on no politics. He was trying to be actually a member of that manosphere. Out here talking about, oh, I'm flying out to LA with all this money and I got this car, catch me in the whip, I'm so cool, da 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 da, woo woo woo, all that bullshit. Doing nothing but copying what he had already seen on the internet. This young man don't care about none of the stuff that he cares about. He has no integrity. He ain't nothing but a fraud. Just like Hasanabi over here now talking about the Democratic Party needs to support him as they distance themselves from him, because that's how he gets paid. Because if the Democrats and the socialist candidates abandon him and they no longer put any value in his content, suddenly people may start to feel the same way about his content. And then he starts losing his money. And that's all these people really care about. Look at me on here, making videos daily. I ain't made a dime off this shit, but I'm still here because this is who I am. You get 100% authenticity from me, and you always will, because I give a fuck about a paycheck from somebody else. I can make my own money my own way. I work full time, and I'll keep working full time, and I'll get side hustles. And if I ever do get some money off this, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that ever contributed to it with views, likes, comments. But if that don't come, that's just fine. Because you ain't going to see me change up my positions, my thoughts, my beliefs, because I see a check at the end of the tunnel. But that's exactly what these fools on the left like to do. I can't even really say they're on the left. You know, they act like they're all about community and collectivism and all these things, when the reality is they're actually as individualistic as it can get, because the only people they're genuinely looking out for is themselves. Y'all ever find it weird how none of these cats on the left, none of these thought leaders got kids, got families? What's up with that? How can you trust a man that says he wants to take care of others but doesn't want a family of his own to take care of and raise?